freedom. Now, a demonstration. Interviewing skills. Subpar.
I wish I had prepared something to say.
Interviewer has suspect motives.
No. The interview. No.
Welcome back to Real Rock Nights. We're always giving you new rock first. Now, these guys have a song impacting right now. And hey, we got to give it a push, man. The song is called Wake Up. And I expect everyone with an earshot of my voice to be requesting this song. Remember, a radio station near or far, you do not need to be able to hear the radio station. Do an internet search. Find the fucking number. Call up a radio station. Request Wake Up by Hostile Within. And hey, you're going to help these guys climb the ladder. Let's meet Billy and Scott of Hostile Within. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
I am
going great.
Good. Glad to have you on here. Very glad to have you on here. I want to get a little background on Hostile Within. Are you guys all out of Virginia?
We're all over the place. We originated out of North Carolina. Two of the members are still in North Carolina. I was from there. Went to high school with the drummer, Jason Hurdle. And so I moved to Virginia Beach probably, 6 or 7 years ago. And the bass players always lived up here in Chesapeake. And then Scott, you're in Newport News. I don't even know your history if that's where you're from.
No, I actually got stationed up here when I was in the Navy and stayed. Loved it. Loved Virginia. Stayed here. Got married. Have 3 kids now, and
cool.
just really loved it.
Yeah. So the background, really don't. I guess we're going to say we're from Virginia Beach.
Okay.
There's really no origination. I mean, we're just a bunch of different musicians that have always played in different bands, and now we're all together.
Now, when did Hostile Within form? Then you said you were all in different bands, and now
I was so the story. Jason Hurdle and I went to high school together. We were all in competing bands, I would say. We competed against each other for shows and coming up through high school. Most of our adult life, we were in different bands. I was in original bands and cover bands and everything. And about 7-8 years ago, we found ourselves, neither one of us in a band at the same exact time. So I ran into him, and we decided to try to form something. He already had Jason Hardesty, the lead guitar player, and Jeff, the bass player. So we were a 4-piece for a long time, and just recently added Scott to the mix. Been looking for that 5th piece for the whole time.
So did he fit the puzzle well then?
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yeah.
Was it one of those deals where when you finally got that 5th person that did fit that puzzle, that you were kind of blown away? You're like, whoa, our shit sounds even better now.
Yeah. I mean, it really completes our live show because we have a lot of harmony, a lot of melody in the songs that we can't pull off live without this 5th piece. So we were always very raw live. With the vocals and really pride ourselves on the vocals and the melody that we put in the songs. And Scott just completed. I mean, he literally completed that. And I think you've played your third show.
Yeah. The 3rd show. Yeah.
It's gotten better every time.
Well, that is good. That is good.
Sure.
It would kind of be a little bit disconcerting if he sucked a little more every time.
Yeah, for sure. No, he's definitely a pro. That's for sure. We've all been on a lot of stages. So
with all the time playing, you mentioned cover bands and original bands. What do you think is harder?
Well, the cover band is very taxing because, me as a vocalist, I was singing 65, 70 songs a night. But at the end of the day, what did it really mean? It really didn't mean anything. So to me, your heart goes into your writing and recording and the different art forms and music. And it's really, the harder would be the original. I mean, because you live and die your songs. You love them. You want everybody else to love them. So yeah, to me, it's definitely the original stuff.
I think it depends on the arena, because they can both be difficult, but they also have their easier spots. I mean, as a cover artist, you're with a decent band. It's easy money. I mean, it's money. It's quick. It's easy. You're playing a bunch of songs that everybody knows, and unless you just really suck at it, you're probably gonna do fine. But the problem is that, at least for me, doing it for as many years as I've been doing it, it can be absolutely soul crushing sometimes.
Oh, okay.
You want so badly to add something to the zeitgeist of music. You want to contribute more than anything in the world. Your heart is, dude, okay, I can play this song, but hey, I've got a song too. But then, and some people want to hear it, some people don't. So you have this where, you're making money and you have a crowd and everything's great playing cover music, but original music is where your passion is. It's where, your heart is, but it can be harder sometimes to draw the crowd and to draw that kind of thing. So
that's the tough part. Very tough to draw crowds.
So even in that scenario, when you're doing your original stuff and you don't have a good crowd in front of you, how does that compare as far as, like, say you're playing these cover tunes and the bar is hopping, and you're like, okay, I'm feeling. Does it feel better to do your own shit in front of a smaller crowd, or somebody else's stuff in front of a large crowd?
So for me, energy is everything. So even if you only have 10 people at a show, which I've played many times, if you're putting off the energy, those 10 people are going to give you the energy right back. And, it's great to go out and play a cover bar and it's packed and everybody knows the songs and they're singing them along with you. But, we just played a show at a local place here, a local venue here in Virginia Beach, and opened for Gemini Syndrome. And there was probably 50 to 60 people there. But man, the energy that we put off and the energy they put off was phenomenal. I wouldn't give that up for nothing.
So they were actually invested in the show.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, but
and there's nothing like when you're playing original music too, and you put the work in, like Hostel has done, and I mean, I've loved these guys since before I joined the band, and being able to be on stage with them and seeing the fans singing the songs back to you.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that. When you see your fans that are giving you the energy, and you're sitting there and you're playing along and you're watching them sing along with your original music, nothing compares to that. Nothing ever.
That would, or I can see where that would be kind of like almost God, I don't want to say cringeworthy, but because like it's almost like you're starting to grow and they're starting to love you so much that, like, I don't know, I would feel nervous about something like that myself, because I would be like, man, I don't want to screw up. I don't want to disappoint these people.
Yeah, we definitely have that. And the more we're getting out there, and I mean, I had a 10-year-old right on the front rail singing every word to every song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And, that's, to me, I take that responsibility, very highly because I've always had a lyric problem on stage, like remembering lyrics, even to my own songs. But, I really think about it a lot more and really practice a lot more and rehearse and make sure that, we're on point on stage. So.
Okay. And I wait a minute. You're not like Vince Neil dude or anything, are you?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No, not at all. I definitely sing the words.
Hey, sing it.
Yeah.
But, okay. I find a lot of musicians and artists that kind of fall into what they're doing. Was music always part of what you wanted to do, or did you kind of just happen upon it?
Nah, 13, fell in love with guitar, got my first guitar, and I've been trying to get songs on the radio ever since. I'm 50 years old, and that's still my number one passion. So. And
you finally figured out how to do it.
Yeah. We finally got hooked up with the right people, and Paul Crosby Management from Saliva, drummer for Saliva, has been a tremendous help in this industry and really gave us guidance on how to do it, how to hire a radio promoter, how to get our stuff, getting spins and moving up the foundation chart. So
the cool thing that I've noticed all throughout life is it's not what you know, it's who you know. Okay. And if you have the chops to pull it off or bring it out, it's like, yeah, once you hook up with the right people, and there's no stopping you.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing right now. I mean, it's pretty phenomenal what the song's done so far. And, every Tuesday we get that update from Eric and Concrete Productions on where the song is now and how many ads it got on FM stations and, getting requests like this for interviews and everything. It's pretty surreal to me.
I was like, yeah, I wanted to get you guys on before. We only have time. It's only a 3-hour show, so we only have time to do the top 20 because we're trying to give people all these new releases that are coming out every week. Yep. And I wanted to get you guys on before you hit the top 20 because Wake Up is doing so well.
Yeah, we're shocked. I mean, he's the radio promoter pretty much told me, this just doesn't happen to a brand new band with their first song very often. He said we've gotten added to radio stations that he's had trouble getting major artists added to. So we're pretty proud of it. And, are getting ready to start working on our next single to release in about 11 weeks.
So, that's kind of a feather in your cap, being able to get you on stations they can't get major artists on. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Now, you're talking about your next song. Are we looking at an EP or an album?
We're hoping for an album. We're not not there yet, but that's what
you say, Scott.
I'm so. See, for me, I'm sorry, Billy. I apologize.
No, you're good.
I love writing. I love it. I never stop. In fact, I was actually up until like 2:00 last night, just recording and just laying tracks down and stuff. I never stop, whether it be for, this project or any just anything, whatever it is. I love doing it. And so for me, I have been so psyched about being part of Hostile and being part of what they're doing. And wanting to put an album out, especially after the success, putting out a full record. Yeah. And not everything's going to be single worthy, but just putting out a record and doing new music.
That is the goal.
Oh, love it. It's so much fun. I always love doing something new.
Well, you say not everything is going to be single worthy and that stuff. Well, I don't know about you, but as a fan, I don't want everything to be single worthy. I don't want every song in an album to be like a radio style hit. Right. I want to actually hear what the band can do too. I want to hear the talent these guys have. So,
thank you.
What kind of, okay. Get in your soapbox. Here is your time to plug your talent. What would you say, the best thing about your playing?
You go first, Billy.
I knew from the very beginning when I first got my first guitar that I was not going to be a shredder. That's not my style. I don't play lead guitar. Really, I mean, yeah, everybody wants to be that guy that can get up there and shred with the spotlight on. But my talent's my voice. But as far as rhythm guitar, I would pride myself on being a very, very solid
player,
rhythm player, and my sound is pretty much the sound of the band. My guitar tone. So when you hear us recorded, it's my guitar that you're hearing. My tone, my rhythm playing. So it's that's what I pride myself on.
What about you, Scott?
Well, for me, I started at the kind of at the same age as Billy. Although I was a musician beforehand, I started off as a violinist. So wow, I had been studying violin since I was about 4 or 5 years old. I went through school, I went through college as a violinist. But I picked up the guitar when I was 13. My parents gave me my first one. It was a Yamaha FG 331 acoustic. That was my very first one. After that, it's been a succession of guitar after guitar after guitar after guitar. And for me, my hero has always been Eddie Van Halen. I am for me, I'm a very riff-based player.
Okay.
I enjoy, I enjoy two-handed technique. I really like to explore, explore the fretboard. Always tweaking my sound, taking suggestions and how can I make this better and what can I do to really be better for who I'm playing for as far as the band that I'm in. But for me, I am a riff-based player. When I do leads, I learned a long time ago that in lead playing, it's not always just shredding. I can shred, but it's one of those things where is it always necessary?
You're talking about those taking it to that line and then backing off a little bit.
Yeah, it's a matter of, yes, you can shred, but is it necessary?
Yeah,
do I need to play a melodic line? Yeah. Give me a melody, give me a hook. I love hook. I love finding a hook in a guitar line. And while I love shredding guitar players, there's just something about finding the melody. And you hear, Eddie Van Halen used to do that all the time. He could tap and he can shred, but there were times when his guitar lines were very melodic. He gave you a hook. Same thing could be said about players like Nuno Bettencourt and, Satriani and guys like that. They shredders for sure, but there was always a melody. And I love playing like that.
The For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge is the number one record that Eddie did that on. Like his guitar playing on that record, just hands down to me, some of the best he ever did, because it was just it was so melodic. Everything in it was so melodic, and it wasn't like a shred. It was great riffs that had picking and everything inside of them. It was a great record.
Yeah, I agree. When Scott, when you brought up his melodic tones and that stuff, I started thinking about, you really saw that when it got into like the 5150 era and the OU 812. Mm-hmm. That was when that stuff started to take off a little bit more, because I don't know, I myself think that they were getting away from the hair metal stuff a little bit more, a little earlier than everybody else. And
They survived that era too.
Yeah, they carried over to the fans. Actually, and then when you brought up Nuno, I started thinking about it. It was like, yeah, because he did have like what was that tune? Come On and Play.
Yeah.
Okay, he had that really showed his technical style, but then he comes out with something like Wholehearted.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, this is, and that's one of those songs that gets stuck in your head. You know, it's almost like now with talking to you about that, I can kind of see where your playing comes in, because that's what happened with the tune Wake Up. It's like you listen to that and you're going to be humming the tune or doing the da 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 for like the next couple hours until you hear the song again, because it's a freaking earworm.
Yeah.
Now you already said that this is the first of many to come for us. Are we looking at talking about melodic stuff? Are we looking at a harder or a little bit lighter? What kind of style are we looking for in the next couple releases?
So we have a bunch of parts. We have a couple, multiple songs, but we may move some parts around in these songs because we really want to put out another song as good, if not better, than Wake Up for our second. You can't come out, with your second song not being as good as the first.
Yeah.
So I've told everybody in the band, it really doesn't matter what comes out. It can be heavier. It can be softer, lighter. I don't really care. It just has to be really good. So, if we write 3 Days Grace Lifetime, okay, I'm fine with that. They're number one on Billboard right now. But if we write a heavy, because we do have a few really heavy songs that we have been working on, but to me, it doesn't really matter what direction we go in. Scott has added a tremendous amount to the band on the screaming side, because I'm not very good with that. I can do very, very limited stuff with that, but he's phenomenal with it. So, and even vocally, like, to me, it doesn't matter if he's singing, I'm singing, as long as it's good. That's all that matters to me. That's a big thing too. No egos. That's what I'm seeing here. That's throughout the years, I think that's one of the biggest downfalls of a lot of bands, because I've seen a lot of bands that were really good, but as soon as one person started upstaging another person, bang, they were out of the band. Yeah.
It's like you go one time and you see like the 5 original members. You go back the next time and you see like one.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, wait a minute, what's going on?
No, we don't have that problem. It doesn't matter to me if what we put out, as long as people like it and we feel good about it, as long as it's something that we like and we just want it to be good. So
absolutely agree.
The whole thing, Scott, I want to get back to the violin thing. What's the chances of us hearing a little violin and one Hostile song's coming up?
I mean, you never know. I really I enjoy playing. I enjoy playing the violin. In my life I played violin, viola, cello, bass, keyboard, percussion, drums. Most of the time when I record, I track everything on my own. But what's really awesome about playing with these guys is that there's so much talent that's wrapped up in this band. And for me, it's I'm coming in and I've come in to help give a little bit extra depth, and just to kind of bring another bit of whatever I can bring. I would love to put some violin in a song. I think it would be probably very little and far between.
Yeah.
It would all just be
we talked about it.
How it fits. It would have to fit the song.
Yeah, Starset does quite a bit of violin.
Yeah.
In their songs. And I saw them live here recently. And I mean, if it fits, we could play a tambourine. I don't care as long as it fits. It makes no difference to me.
What we need.
Hear a song.
Cowbell.
Yeah. Cowbell.
More cowbell.
We gotta have it. It'll be there.
Hear one of your songs with a theremin in it.
Yeah. Whatever it is.
It'll be on the new Star
radio.
Trek.
I don't care.
I was gonna say, get a hold. Oh, he's not around anymore. I was gonna say, get a hold of Roddenberry. Maybe you can do something. That's right. No, they're Disney now, aren't they? Disney or Paramount?
That's Star Wars. Star Trek is with Paramount now. They're Paramount.
Okay, all right. It was one of the.
I'm a dork. I'm sorry. I just know this stuff.
Hey, it takes all kinds to make the war go around. So I'm just weird as fuck. So where people get the job done. Hey, what are we looking at as far as tours, live shows in that area coming up?
So we have a show opening for Puddle of Mud in September here at Elevation 27. And right now we're looking into touring and possibly trying to do some East Coast spurts here. We're trying to not headline a tour right now. We really would like to jump on with somebody. So
you kind of want to build your catalog before you try something like headlining. Yeah,
I think we do well. It's just, we want to play for some people, so it'd be great to have, a small group of bands that, the headliner's already got a good following, and we can play some 1 and 200 room shows and stuff like that and really build a fan base that way.
And that's a great way to do it. That's one of the coolest things I thought about. If there was something cool about this whole COVID thing in 2021, what I thought was kind of positive about it was all the crossover stuff, all the new fans that people were gaining. There were all these people doing features on all these albums, and a lot of it was cross genre.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, when I see who in the hell was it? I think it was Rihanna did a tune with Ali Sykes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, hey, both of those people are probably gained at least 300,000 new fans.
Yeah.
By that one tune.
Yeah. Well, I mean, right now, talking to Eric from Concrete Productions, it's like the amount of music and new rock music that's coming out right now is insane. All the drops that he has, it's just insane. Radio stations are getting inundated with songs right now.
It's crazy. We were talking about before, the show's only 3 hours. I have trouble getting stuff in. Actually, I'm trying to work out the logistics of putting up some of these new releases on the website, just so people can hear them, because I can't get all of them in on the show. My affiliates are bitching at me because I'm not giving enough ad time.
Wow. I'm sure.
Yeah, all the stuff that is coming out is crazy. And when I see 12 new releases a week or something stupid like that, and big releases, and then there's also the second tier releases that are coming out too. Socials. People want to know where they can get a hold of you. I know you guys have a Facebook.
Yeah, we have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We have our website back up and running now. That was down for a little while, but it's back up and running. Have all new merch and everything in the merch store. You can go check out.
Cool. What's your favorite thing in the merch store? You got something cool?
No. Well, actually, we do. It was actually
don't say no. We don't.
I thought it was just t-shirts, but then I thought about this. So our first EP, Ashes Fall, was the title track on that EP, and the background of the album cover was an idea I had and worked on with an artist. The background is like a scene in the movie Bradley Cooper military movie. He was a marksman, a shooter.
Oh,
What the movie was.
I know that movie. I can't remember.
But anyway, it was a backdrop of that. It's like buildings in Iraq and whatnot, but you can barely see the buildings. And so he had an idea, because the song is about military. It's about fighting and about, us honoring our military, and where we're from is a huge military presence. So he had an idea of clearing the background and just having the background on one side of the picture and the lyrics on the other. And then we all autograph it. He put them in frames. We sell them at the shows, and half the money is donated to Wounded Warriors.
Oh, awesome.
That's a cool thing that's on our website. You can check it out.
Okay, so is it hostilewithin.com?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Okay. All right. Because and now I understand why that link, why it seemed like a dead link.
Yeah,
when
it was.
People would click on it and well, there's nothing there, but okay.
It's
now
back up and running now, and it's constantly getting tweaked. Like, we're constantly adding new content, and the merch managers almost got all the merch up there now. And so it's a constant evolving thing. And we're going to try to stay real connected with updates on it and where we're playing, what we're doing. Some studio videos, some stuff like that when we get back in the studio in the next month.
That's what I was starting to think of. Well, you guys are kind of busy as hell too, because you've got these real lives also. So
yeah,
it's not like you can be on it 24/7, and it's not like you're living in your parents' house. So one band that I had on here, I thought it was kind of funny. One of the guys lives with his parents, and during the interview, he was updating. They had 3 of the members in the interview. So 2 of the guys were doing the interview, and the third guy lived with his parents. He was editing their TikTok videos. It's like, okay, whatever gets you through, man.
Actually, Scott and I talked about that. He's actually going to start us a TikTok account, and we're going to start doing some stuff on there too.
All right. Mm-hmm. What do you think about doing on the TikTok channel? I've seen some bands do some cool stuff on there. Or is Scott just going to do a bunch of dancing videos?
That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to be in various colors of thong. And that's how it's going to go down.
Start calling you Mr. Banana Hammock.
Yeah, that's exactly what's probably a lot of different. I mean, from what I've noticed from a lot of bands, it's like a lot of backstage stuff, interactions with the band members, and then especially things like clips of the music videos that we put out, just kind of getting a feel of who we are and how we are with each other, brotherhood that we have. And the music kind of maybe even giving some sneak peeks here and there, what are we going to be putting out soon? Giving little teasers and stuff. I think
we talked about doing some acoustic stuff. Maybe 15 seconds of acoustic of one of the songs that are actually really heavy or something like that. Doing some stuff like that.
And kind of give people a different taste of what you can do.
Yep.
That's a really good idea. Hostilewithin.com, the website. And guys, what do you say we let people get a taste of Wake Up?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you so much for being on Real Rock Nights. I really, really appreciate it, man. This, my friends, is the band Hostile Within and their tune Wake Up. And don't forget, request that fucking song, okay? It's right here, right now on Real Rock Nights.
Thanks to the Foundations charts, Concrete Marketing, Skateboard Marketing, Grand Promo, FM Music Management, Pavement Entertainment, Better Noise Records, The Orchard, Sony Music, Spine Farm Records, New Ocean Media, Napalm Records, Rock Nation, MK Music, and Curtain Call Records. Real Rock Nights is recorded and produced by Active Media Networks, distributed by Monkey Boy Entertainment and powered by Cox Media. Copyright 2022.